Hello, this is Ivana.
This is Yaw.
And you're listening to the podcast Life in Black and White.
And all the shades in between.
We share all things life, relationships, marriage, parenting, race, and much more. If you enjoy listening to us, then please follow or subscribe to this podcast. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook under Life in Black and White. Hello, my friend, and welcome back to Life in Black and White. We hope you had a lovely 2 weeks and that you missed us just as much as we missed you. Yaw is here today. I don't know why I always announce that like it's a surprise, but it's like you planning on running away or something. No, but he is going to be here for as long as this podcast exists. So hi, Yaw. How are you?
If I can ever put a message out there and someone could help me, then
help.
Yeah. Try and get the little subliminal messages and stuff from this.
I think you hint in every episode. You hint something. So
Don't
if someone
worry.
listens to us regularly, I think they got it by now. That you're just sending these signals. Help
me.
Help me. Yeah.
That's all right.
But no, today, my friend, we have a very special guest. I know I always say this, but we love our guests, and each and every single guest has such a powerful story that we feel privileged to share with you. And we want to share every person's story on the planet, possibly. So hopefully we'll get to that eventually. But today we are speaking to Kenny J, who is an artist, a musician, and he released his first single, You're a Woman, this year in 2024 on International Women's Day. And he also released Back to Rhythm and Love Volume 1 just recently. He's not like everyone. He's not just quote-unquote a musician. He's also a father, a human being, an amazing human being, and very caring and loving. And we feel very, very honored to have him on. So hi, Kenny.
Hello, how are you? How are you guys? I enjoy the introduction commentary. I love it. So
thank you.
Thank you.
I take it as a compliment.
Yes, absolutely.
It's very spontaneous always.
Yeah, spontaneous. I love it. Yes.
Yeah. We never script our episodes. We never I just wanted to put this out there. We never, and this is very intentional. We never send questions to our guests, never. And that's very intentional because we want it to flow, because then it's
not
more
natural.
Genuine. It's more genuine. It has more heart to it. And so
it feels better. It feels like the human emotion. Human emotion is not scripted. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean?
Exactly.
So
Absolutely.
I get it. I love it. I get it.
Of course, it's always good to have an idea who we're going to speak to.
Yes. Yeah,
it's not just when the person just shows up.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So, Kenny, I mentioned about your music, but where would you like to start? Yeah, there is so much we want to cover today.
Yeah. How
did you become a musician? How it all started?
Music for me was a very intricate part of my life. I grew up in the Black church, and everybody knows about the Black church. Music is everywhere in it. That's just what it was. It is what it is. That's what it's going to be to now, to the end of time. That's what it's going to be. We love rhythm. We love all of that sort of stuff. I just grew up in an era. My dad was a musician. Everybody around me was musicians. My town, where I come from, Englewood, New Jersey, at 5 years old, church was it. And that was I on the guitar, strumming along. And that was when it started. My dad was a musician, like I stated before. And it was just a knack. I just couldn't kick it. I couldn't, not that I wanted to, it's just a part of me. I just kind of went through life just playing various amounts of instruments. So from guitar to keyboard to drums to bass guitar to every bit of my production, everything that I do is, I could honestly say 99% of it is done by me. So I enjoy it. I just kind of was in that life forever. And I love it, and I can't shake it. It's just like a writer. He has to write. Music is just a part of me. I have to do it every day. I have to listen to it. And nowadays, I'm more or less on the positive on the positive mindset, where I want to be conscious and careful about what I present and what I put out there. At a certain point in your life, you just have to evolve. I've evolved into a point where I like positive. I like smiling. I like laughing. Just putting great things in the atmosphere. the essence of me. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to have a good time, and that's going to be reflected in my music. So throughout all of that, it's just a process that you go through. And here I am now, Kenny J, just putting out positive music.
Oh, you're very similar. Your vibe is very similar to Yaw's, I have to say.
Oh,
Is that?
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
wow. Oh,
I'm not sure whether that's a compliment or not. It depends on what time of the day, and
And if you're with
I
our
agree.
kids or not.
yeah, and how
I agree.
and things, right?
Just say calm. I'm very calm spirited. I'm normally going to think before I say.
Oh, that's not you then.
Thanks.
No, that was you before me.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
But for the most
we're
part,
humans.
my endeavor is to make sure that I always remain positive and my vibe is calm, and I'm not. I don't like to be the author of just complete confusion.
Yeah.
I would rather not be there. I just have fun, just easy going, not a big problem, just calm. So
Love it. We mentioned your first single. Can we talk about that a bit more?
I've released a bunch of gospel stuff some years ago. This journey that I'm on now, I started with Love Is All We Need, but previous to that, I was with a group called Riff. Wrote some songs for them, and my wife had got sick, and I just needed to take some time away, and just started writing more stuff that had the essence of change. So Love Is All We Need was the first one that I released during that time period. And it was absolutely a marvelous song because it talked about loving people like you would want to be loved, right? Regardless of what your race was, your economic background, wherever you stand on that point, whatever your sexual preference is, however you look, whether you had a house, whether you lived out on the street, whatever it was that point I was putting out music that talked about love. With the with the government, I won't even want to say that. With the way the climate of our world is, it just didn't seem like a lot of love was in the atmosphere, and I wanted to just capture that in a song. So Love Is All We Need was the first one that I wrote. I did the original song, then I did a dance remix, and then it was on International Women's Day, I released You're a Woman, and that was the thing right there that kind of just took completely off. So yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Let's talk about women, because you mentioned before that you love women. I don't know if that sounds all right, but you respect women. You have lots of respect, which is like wow. Let's talk about that a little bit.
So as an artist, it's important that we're gifted to do something and just infiltrate the world with what our gift is. I don't want my gift to be a gift that's going to be the protagonist of just creating chaos. As an artist, an R&B artist, you understand, if you look at videos and all sorts of things, you'll see women just kind of sprawled across cars, being just weirded sort of thing. I have kids, I have a daughter. I don't want any of that sort of stuff to kind of be something that looks like it's okay. So for me as an artist, it was important that when I put out music, it was going to kind of be not necessarily to give positivity to women, but just positive, period. That particular time, I wanted to appreciate women. I wanted to let them know that as an artist, it's okay to say, we honor you, we empower you. You guys, women particularly, are responsible for bringing life into the world. Now, I don't know if any man could do that, but I definitely know that a woman could do that. And when they do it, it's just honorable to me because that's just, you're responsible for populating the world, right? That is a wonderful thing. So I wanted to honor you guys and just appreciate y'all and just tell you guys that we honor you. We love you, your strength, your power. We admire all of that sort of stuff. Was just kind of giving credence and just loving on women. That song was originally going to be done by a woman. But I decided to do it myself because it kind of, I didn't hear that out in the world. Just kind of wanted to put that great positive energy out in the world so everybody can kind of soak it up. So it was mainly for women. It could be used for mothers. It could be used for daughters. It could be used for just that essence of a woman that can let them know we admire you and we y'all rock pretty hard.
Yeah. We also you raise our voice to be very respectful of women. and I admire it. It's so sexy, actually. You know, like
Yeah.
it is, because you don't see that in the media, especially very often. Still lots of bad stuff, lots of violence, and lots of disrespect. And what do you think about that?
The influence of media can kind of go two ways. They can help with promoting positive energies that go out towards any sex, whether it be a woman or a man. Particularly women don't get enough respect to me. And I think that has to be changed. Hopefully, we'll see some change in that area. I think we have seen some change, but I think a woman should be responsible how she wants to live her life, how she wants to be, what she wants to do with it. That's her life, her body. I don't think that should be governed by anybody. That is their decision to make. I understand. My wife passed away from complications due to his I hate to even go into it, not because I'm afraid to. Sometimes I mess the words up. But she had some serious issues going on, and all was due to just a bunch of different things that she permed her hair. She probably didn't understand what things she was trying to do to beautify herself to make her better. It was causing other issues. This is my assessment. This is probably not going to be anything a physician is going to say, yeah, he's right. But for the most part, it's okay to decide as a woman what they want to do. It's okay to decide how that's going to work. And she just succumbed to a sickness, and it unfortunately took her life. I just wanted to honor not necessarily that, but women around the world, because you guys, women suffer from so many different sicknesses, so many different things that go on in their life. And sometimes I don't think the public really pays attention to that. I've heard so many stories where if a woman goes to a doctor, doctors are not really prone to fix the situation. They'll prefer to medicate it. I'm annoyed by that, because it's like, man, what can we just as a human race do to save our lives in that situation? Why is medication put out that way, where it can just cover up the issue? It doesn't fix it. Okay. And give us some ways so we can live better. So musically, I kind of put my voice on it and my perspective on it to have a conversation about what we could do to kind of open our imaginations up a little more and not depend on things that are negative. We get a whole lot of negativity because that's most of what we see. As you mentioned about media, most times podcasts like you're doing, most times aren't as popular as the negative podcasts.
Because it's sensationalism.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
I don't get why the negativity means more than the positivity. That's weird to me. That's weird. So I wanted to help and just use my gift that I was given by God to just put some great music out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna use my gift to influence the world with positivity. So hopefully I've done some justice in that way. Hopefully.
To me, leading by example is not an easy thing to do.
Right.
It's very easy for, especially if we're going back to a little bit old school. If you turn around and you say that you're looking towards positivity in that regard, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I'm not really into that. I'd prefer something a little bit more hard and edgy and blah blah blah." But actually, what you are doing is you're putting something in front of your, especially with, and please take it from
Absolutely,
like, you're putting something in front of your son, your daughter, and the family to say, you know what, your strength comes from within you. Do not ever think that you can let anybody take that power away from you. So if you put out this positivity, hopefully other people resonate and stuff with this will be allowed to kind of, you'll see more of that.
Yeah, so
it'll never end.
No, I don't think so. It'll never stop. It'll be something that I continue to do. I do see like change. I wrote a song on the Back to Rhythm and Love Volume 1 that says "Protect Your Heart." right?
Mm.
I tell this story most times because this is the effect of what I've been putting out, because my daughter is paying attention, right? So I wrote a song on there particularly for her. She had a conversation with me. This song was kind of written out of that experience with her, because she was saying a young man was interested in her.
Mm.
Real simple. Real young, interested, but he was interested in her to take advantage of her.
Right.
And what she told me was he was asking her all these questions, and she was like, "Do you know my mom? Do you have any idea what her name is? Do you know my dad? Do you know my favorite color?" All of the questions that, that she was asking him, all of them were no. And the question was, how in the world do you expect to get to another part of relationship if you don't know the very, very needful things in the relationship?
Hmm.
So the song was born out of it. It says, "Protect your heart."
That's powerful.
So she took that, hopefully it was just that, I don't know, it may have been just how she was raised, but it was wonderful so I can have these exchanges with her. So my daughter could see a guy such as myself, a dad, that's making sure he makes proper decisions in his life. So she's not going to desire a man anything less than what she sees.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
So my son, during his stage of trying to grow up, because, most men were jerks. Most men,
What it is.
including myself, most men that come up, most of them are jerks. They evolve and mature into the men that they are. So now my son can see, oh, well, wow, I'm going to turn out to be that. Yeah, if you work on that, you got to get to that point, and just don't succumb to just your immature mind saying, I'm just going to be a jerk for the rest of my life. No. At some point, you have to evolve and get better. So hopefully my kids could see, whether a woman looking at her dad or a son looking at his dad, this is the way I need to treat women, or this is the way, as my daughters, make sure that if he can't do that, dad, I don't want him. And I'm cool with that.
I love that. And like you said, that you have to lead with an example. It's like we have twin boys who are 8 and
wow.
Well, wow. And Henry, he loves to buy me flowers, or ask you to buy me flowers for him. And we never told him anything like that. Like, you should no, we do tell him like you should respect women, but it's more like what he sees. Yeah, what he sees to do. That's why he's doing it, not because we tell him to respect women, but because he sees that his dad respects women.
Yes.
And that is the way. That is the way, and that we can apply to anything when it comes to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. But you know what? If you don't mind me asking, but I have to ask, how did you find the strength after you lost your wife? Because it's, I just can't imagine. Like, if of course, we can't tell how we feel in a situation we didn't experience.
Right.
But I think that would break me. Like, I would be so depressed. So how did you find the strength in that situation?
Well, I'll first say everybody has a different process. Okay, everybody processes that completely different. It's going to be up to that person to decide how their process is going to be. I've never had an experience like this in my life to know what to do or know anybody firsthand that have went through a situation like this. So it's kind of like you have to kind of go through it and don't fool yourself. You know what I mean? When it's time for you to take time, take it. Don't ask anybody or anything. So during that process, of course, I was there for everything. I wanted to be there. I volunteered for it. You know what I mean? That's just something that I needed to be at. When she passed, that process was quiet. I just wanted peace. I didn't want anybody around. I didn't want nobody around, and I wasn't like pushing people away. I just wanted peace. And I just decided that I was just going to take the necessary time, process it, understand what it was going to be, and move in that direction to get healing. So I am not. So people say, well, how in the world could you be okay with it now? I'm not okay. But I have to learn how to live life for the next 21 years without that part of my life being with me. I'm not the person that's going to continuously pull from that bag, because that doesn't help with progression. If you're continuously look back and pay attention of you can honor, you can, wow, you can kind of have those thoughts in your head, but those thoughts, because that essence isn't here anymore, it should not affect you that much, because I'm conscious in a human body to be able to decide that I'm not going to let that happen. But that doesn't mean that I don't miss her, or I don't care,
Of
or
course.
whatever. It's just I have to, in my humanness, be able to walk in that understanding that I have to kind of continue with life. And I am of this. Okay, so excuse my candidness, but I don't care if anybody doesn't understand that.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
that's what you have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannot care what somebody else thinks of what your process is going to be. I don't care anything about that. That's not my care. My care is to make sure that my next relationship, my next phase of my life is going to be prosperous. You know what I mean? So I understand. I'll be joking that it's really crazy out here in these streets.
Yeah.
So this stage of my life next, I'm taking very, very careful. I'm paying attention, and I'm not subjecting myself to a whole bunch of different things. Okay, so when you're married for 21 years and you're not married again, and you're not married anymore, and your wife has passed away, normally, okay, now it's time for me to get crazy. No, it's not time for you to get crazy. It's because your life isn't set up like that anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So I rightfully wouldn't feel comfortable going out here and doing all of that sort of stuff. So I got to take this in stride, take a look at everything, and make sure that whatever is next for me is going to be something that can provide a level of value for me. And that's where I am. So
there was something you said in that, and I think it completely resonates with me.
Yeah.
Because I've lost my mum in the past, and I've lost my dad in the past.
Yeah.
The fact that you turned around and you said it's okay not to be okay.
Right.
There is no time limit on how you process these things, and there absolutely shouldn't be. There shouldn't be a situation where they think a year's gone past, or 2 or 3 years have gone past, and then that's okay. Then you should be okay, and you should just be. It's how you deal with it, and what you're doing there as well is you're giving your children all the tools and stuff that they need to make sure that they've got the right mindset to move forward in a positive way.
That's right.
Sorry.
That's fine. As soon as I take somebody else's perspective on how I'm supposed to live, I'm no longer living according to my guidelines. I'm living according to somebody else's guidelines. So I got to teach my kids that. I got to make sure that my kids understand that when I make decisions and when I go on through life, I have to make sure that I'm happy with them. Because those people on the outside, they're not really caring about, if they would take the time to look at their life and define their life at whatever it needs to be, the world would be a wonderful thing. I always say this, I mind my business. Me. You know what I mean? I tend to what's around my environment, and I create an environment around here that I like, right? So nobody can come into my environment and say, well, put that, do that. No. Unless I give them the authority to. No.
Yeah.
It's just like life. So if a person decides, well, you shouldn't do that. Well, it ain't you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And there are no rules, especially when it comes to grieving. Like someone needs 2 months, someone needs 20 years.
Yep, there's no
but
rules.
You often feel like, say, you start feeling better as you can sooner than you had expected now. And then you feel like, oh my God, am I a horrible person? Because I should have felt, and all that stuff. There is that can be,
absolutely.
There's no rules, and it doesn't mean you didn't love the person. It's just everyone processes differently, like you said.
Nobody will ever understand how that is until you go through it.
Yeah.
So I could be just, the next day I'm out and doing what I got to do. That's kind of not natural, and I get it. But if a person is taking a whole year and they're doing it, man, at some point, when is enough? How long do you continuously want to put this thing to your head? No one wants to sit on. I sat on the couch for just damn near a year, just kind of processing. Just processing. I didn't want anybody around me. I just like, I just need a little bit. And I live like that. I literally live like that, right? So it's just something about it. I just didn't. So at some point, be clear on what your feelings are. At some point, you got to go out. You got to get out and smell some air. You need some vitamin D. So I knew, me sitting on that couch for, weeks at a time or days at a time. It's like, okay, I got to get out of here. I got to do something. So I did. So you get out and you do something. And you come back in and it's like, okay, this is another phase. Okay, it's just think like we are blessed with a conscience. We are blessed with a great mind, and if we lie to ourselves, we're doing ourselves a disservice. So I wasn't going to lie to myself. I was going to process it, go through it, deal with it, and move on. So it's not that I didn't love her, not that I didn't care for her, but at this point in my life, there's nothing for me to do other than to continue with great memories and move on. That'll be the best remedy for it. Sitting on the couch and letting time fly and can't write no songs and I'm just, whatever. It's not going to work. So helping me with it was my music. I could get my feelings out in my songs. I can write. I have stuff here that I haven't even put out. So I'm redoing my studio over. Just living, do my best to live life. That's all.
Wow.
That honors her.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that honors her.
That honors her.
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
Has that changed the way you approach music?
I could say to some degree because it causes you to have the ability to dig a little more in your message, and it kind of makes me feel like I couldn't, in good conscience, be on stage pelvis thrusting at this point. You know what I mean? So I have to be, and I've never been disrespectful, but I'm comfortable in my message. It could be sung to a 5-year-old, and it's not going to be a problem. So to me, that keeps the legacy of Kenny J and his music going and going. At some point, it'll never go out of style because it can be put on any platform. If I start cursing and being vulgar, that's not going to last too long. It's not going to last too long. But positivity will always win. Love's always win. So
yes.
That's where I'll stay.
You speak from my heart. And you know what? I believe that every person vibrates on certain like a frequency or energy and the lower you are, the more negative you are. Like the more you resonate, like we said, some people resonate, they crave the negativity.
Yes.
And the higher up you are on the energetic scale, then the more you resonate with love and positivity. And like you said, I believe that the higher levels of energy are always much, much more powerful than the lower ones. So this is how we can heal the world eventually, make a real difference, no?
Absolutely. That's hopefully where it is. At that point, we'll hope that our positivity and our love, and if love can heal the world, man, it can. It just has to be put out there more. It has to be promoted more. It has to be put on so many different platforms. So thank you guys for your podcast, for just spreading that energy in the world. It means a lot.
Thank you. We try, But I wanted to say something that really resonated with me was because I nearly lost my own life when I struggled with postpartum depression.
Wow.
Yeah, so I nearly took my own life. So that really, I can't imagine what your wife went through, but this is such an important subject to talk about. And like you said, the medication that doesn't heal, it can help you to function like it helped me, but it doesn't heal. And there's the lack of support, that's just ridiculous. No, like you just need someone to just be there and to make you feel like there's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
All you need, no? But you don't often get that.
Yeah. I wish it was a hug. I wish it was something without medication. I wish it was a conversation that could be had, I wish it was something. I've always said I've had discussion with people with just a level of anxiety and postpartum. See what it is. Don't fool yourself. It's simple. To me, it is. And I don't struggle with that. See what it is and don't fool yourself. Because sometimes, people get into that and they can't believe that that's what it is. Yeah. But it's what it is. Just it's difficult. And just lean on hubby and just get a little more hugs from him and kisses from him. And that always works, right?
Yes.
Right? I know it.
Oh, look at you, Yaw. It's just so much stigma around mental health, no? So, and I think that there shouldn't be a thing. Mental health should be health. It's just health. Full
It's
stop.
health.
No.
It's mental health. It's mental health. It's health. But medicating it makes it worse. And I mean, I'm sure your hubby, we want your essence here. You know, just hug them a little more. Look at your boys, kiss them a little more. Wake up every morning and do that. I mean, I believe that the inevitable is possible. So that what you struggle with could absolutely be something you don't have to struggle with. Yeah. So if you need to hug a little more, if you need to kiss a little more, if you need to love a little more, if you need to you need to talk a little more, you need to express a little more, do what it is you need to. So like I took my time and I processed through, the death of my former bride, whatever that is, whatever you got to do for you, do it. Yeah. Don't let anybody tell you that, no, you can't, you're crazy, or this, or that. The hell with you, and keep moving. Go home with hubby, hug him real hard, and have fun, and live life, and be good. So stay here. We need your essence and your spirit here.
Oh.
All right? Do you think I can have her essence when she's still having a go at me because I've turned around and I haven't done something that she's asked me about 20 times to do?
I tell you what works.
Right.
Just be quiet. Just be quiet and look at her.
I love that.
It's so
all you gotta do. I'm telling you, all you gotta do is just get her in your eyesight and just be quiet. Don't say nothing. Just look at her. And then she said, "You hear me talking to you?" As she would use her accent. "You hear me talking to you?" Just like, "Yes, I do."
Yeah. Just be quiet. Do you know how many women will probably resonate with what you've just said there? just listen to us. Yeah, be quiet, just listen.
Listen, just absolutely, I'm telling you, it works. Just listen. Just be quiet. If you go back and forth with her, she's gonna win. So stop. Yeah. You're not gonna win. You're fighting a battle that you do not have the capacity to win. You don't win. All you gotta do, I'm trying it. I'm telling you, just listen. All you gotta do, when she does all of that, just listen. Yes, I hear you. Okay. We don't have to respond. Well, you're talking. I can't respond.
I'll practice that. I will practice. Just calm. Yeah.
If you go back and forth with her, you're gonna fuel her. You have to like putting fuel on the angry fire.
You're very wise man.
Wow.
One way. This
it's the worst when you respond. Especially when I'm on my period.
Oh wow. There we go.
Then don't respond at all.
And if you need a break, say, "Sweetheart, I just need a break." So where you going? I just need a break a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I come with you? Sure, you can. Sure, you can. Sure, you can.
Everything is yes.
Yep. Sure. She'd be like, "No, I'm gonna let you go by yourself." Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. See,
I'll be back. Yeah. If you need me, call me on my cell.
Yeah.
And I'll be coming whatever you need. And when you're on your way home, just call her and say, "Hey, sweetheart, do you need anything? I'm on my way home."
Oh, see?
You just know women better than we know ourselves.
No.
Wow.
You should write a book on women.
This is a bunch of trial and error. Trust me.
But that's how you learn. That could be your next song. What women want.
What women want. Yep, I'm gonna write that down.
That's perfect title because that's the world's biggest question, no?
What women want.
Yeah, what women want.
He's writing it down.
Yeah.
All right, I'll write it down.
And when I'm on royalties then, yeah?
Hey, I got your info. You split them up with half with your hubby there, and we good.
If we work it out at the right times of the month and things, you used to talk quite a bit. And I miss out. Do you see what I'm saying? You've got a connection and stuff there.
Yeah.
We're editing this bit out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you tell us about your plans?
Well, my plans coming up. I'm re-putting out gospel music again, and I'm doing that because my messages are motivational in the sense where hopefully it'll kind of get some people's mind or mental back in just in the essence of love. That's just what I'm getting at. So I'm going to put some more inspirational music out. Christmas music is coming back out again. I got something slated for this year. Back to Rhythm and Love Volume 2 is going to be out sometime during the first quarter. And I got some summer stuff coming up for 2025. So I have a whole year planned out.
Cool.
Just putting out positive stuff. I got a lot of stuff in the pipeline that hasn't got solidified yet. Some shows, and I have a podcast that I'm working on.
Hey.
Oh, amazing. It's a music podcast.
It's going to be something a little different than just music, because what I think, I like to listen to music and get some sort of spiritual connection to it where it's going to help. I love talking about the meanings of certain things.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about music, but not necessarily on whether or not it's good or not, but on what the messages are. Because I think we have to get back to talking about what the message is. Once the message is out there and people really hear it, sometimes people can be listening to something, they're like, what does that really mean?
Yeah.
Let's just analyze it that way. So we can kind of just kind of shed some light. Again, we're still putting positive energy out there, number one. Number two, we'll be promoting artists without saying a thing about an artist. And we'll just kind of, make the world know what this really means. Hopefully it could be something that could be beneficial. And that's all I'm doing it for, because I love it. I love having a conversation, a perspective, talking, and just kind of unpacking some stuff. So that's what it's going to be. Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's amazing.
Doing the whole studio over to incorporate the podcasting equipment and just do some stuff. So that's what I was gonna. I was gonna do it tonight, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start taking stuff down and getting it out of here. And making it go. So I'm gonna have some fun. Yeah.
We don't have a studio.
Why are you looking at me when you're saying you don't have a studio? If you're the musician,
because I have to blame someone.
You do the editing and stuff. Why haven't you put a studio together?
See, he didn't learn. All he had to do is just say yes.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that. As well. As soon as I was speaking, I was like,
Oh, man.
Don't worry, I'll teach you more.
just practice it. It's all right.
Yeah. Just go to your happy place in your mind and just note.
Yeah. So what you say is when she's going through that, say, okay, stop. What does this really mean? That's why you be quiet at first. That's why you're quiet at first. Just to stop and say, okay, what do I need to get out of this right now? So just stop. Just stop. Once you stop, I'm sure more than likely she's going to look at you like, this is new. Look at her laugh. You get this.
Because I don't stop. That's the thing.
No. I just pictured you doing that. What Kenny was just saying.
They just turn around and just being quiet and things.
Yeah.
She will stop and look and what the hell is wrong with him?
Are you listening?
She'd freak out.
What did I say?
Yeah.
And then I'll say, you're not listening. You hear what I'm saying, but you're not listening.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Give me some time. We'll have conversations offline and stuff.
It works. And trust me, that love is going to kind of get a little deeper once you get into that and really, really understand.
Yeah.
That's just all women want you to do is listen. They don't want you to respond just yet. Because sometimes William Covey writes this in his book. He says some people listen to respond. They don't listen. They don't listen to understand. So when you stop to listen to understand, you grab her heart. Then now she's gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, and just say, baby, that's a little hard, sweetheart. And she'll be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just giving you a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm no. So the quote I learned today was this: I'm no expert at anything. I'm just experienced. That's all.
Oh, that's deep.
all. I'm no expert. Just have a little.
Yeah.
Experience.
Who is an expert in anything? Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. I have a bunch of people with a bunch of different experience. So that's my experience. So it works. So it worked.
So much things to think about you gave us just now.
I'm not talking.
Oh, wow. That's a bit scary, though. But I didn't say anything even to you.
But she stopped, though, right? See? She stopped. She stopped.
Getting there. Oh, brilliant. Yes. Can you tell our listeners, Kenny, where they can find you? We'll share the links, of course, but if you can just...
You can reach me on my website. It's kennyjmusic.com. You can reach me on Instagram at Kenny Wilkins. You can reach me on Facebook at Kenny J Wilkins, and you can reach me on TikTok at Kenny J Wilkins #7. All of those are reachable. Everything comes to me, and I don't have nobody running social media, so I'll be responding to you. So there you go.
Oh,
Perfect. We'll follow you now. Our Instagram is just very new, so we just started growing it.
Yeah.
We recently shared this reel where I talked to Yaw when he was hungry, and that was the most popular, actually.
Was it?
Yeah, so far. So we need to do more reels.
Okay.
Wow.
Would that have worked with what Kenny J was saying?
What do you mean?
If I hadn't responded and I just said and I just listened.
But that's different because we did a reel. It wasn't just between us. So it depends on the situation.
So listen, you can't do it all the time because she's gonna
exactly.
I appreciate it.
You just need to be more experienced.
So let your heart do the work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let your heart do the work. Once your heart does the work, you'll be good. You'll be good. Trust me to work.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Oh,
Right.
it's been it doesn't justify it when I say it's been an honor, but it was to have you on.
Thank you. It's
thank
a pleasure.
you
It's
so
my
much
pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So I'm grateful.
Yeah, of course, for sharing and for just being you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm good at that. I ain't good at being nobody else. I gotta be me.
Yeah, good. The world needs more of Kenny J's.
Oh man, that's wonderful. Good luck to the world. Good luck.
If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone you think would enjoy it as well, because it really helps to get this podcast discovered. And see you in 2 weeks. Bye.